I decided to make a little video about how to pack for a trip. How do you choose between all the different toy options that are now available? Come and join me here at the end of February to play with some of these toys. Check out the link in the video description and shred the fine waters of Cape Town. It's gonna be video coaching, downwinders, shredding, toys to play with, different kites to try at the Kite Worldwide Mansion at Windtown. Get the best riding that we can out of this amazing spot. So, subscribe to my channel for videos each week. Here we go. And we are in 2020. It's almost like being in the future, but it hasn't made the weather any better. So it is time to start packing to head to Cape Town. And I thought I'd do a quick video on how to pack for a trip. Every kite trip's different, every destination's different. How do you decide what to take out of all the toys that are out there? Well, that all starts with a forecast. It's very important to make sure that you get some feedback from somebody that lives at the spot so that you know that you're taking into account like local wind and things like that. But here we also see that there's a bit of swell, a big period swell coming in. Definitely surfboards. I mean, Cape Town is an easy one because it is known to be very windy and pretty consistent swell, and this is the perfect time of year to be going. So I have to say, I'm gonna have to take a lot of gear. Now, it's really important to consider what conditions you're gonna be riding in. Cape Town is known for its strong winds, so you're going to take your strong wind setup, whichever that might be. Depends on your own preference as to what you like riding in strong winds. Stick the boots at the back of the bag. Since the injury, I haven't actually been riding boots that much, but we're going to take. So make sure you always take off your fins and your straps or boots before you put it in the bag, and then always put your twin tip underneath your surfboard. So put it under there, bam, so that it protects the surfboard from underneath, from any bashes from the baggage handlers. If you're riding straps, you want to put your straps and pads in this little convenient pocket that's on the inside of the team board bag. The straps fit perfectly in there. Always make sure you've got all your bits and pieces in a useful little bag and where you know where they all are. And then one thing that I always do is put my harness at the back of the surfboard, up against the back of the bag, so that it stops any impact from behind. This way your surfboard is safe as it can be when it's on the plane. And just make sure where you put the hook, make sure the hook comes around and doesn't stick down into the board. One thing you also want to make sure about is the temperature. Although Cape Town looks really hot on the weather forecast, you gotta always find out about water temperature and what the local water temperature is, because Cape Town water temperature is actually freezing. Wetsuits, very important. Make sure you got a nice comfy one. Always make sure you take enough bars, because there's a high chance that you will break some lines whilst you're there. Or if you don't have more than one bar, take 2 sets of lines just in case, because if you tangle with somebody or leave your lines out on the beach and somebody scuffs over them, you can easily find yourself without a bar. If you've got any new gear, make sure you fill in your warranty before you go. Always make sure you take a pump, because you never know when you might get caught short. Pump. And if you're planning on riding cable, always throw in a helmet. I think I'm gonna go with a 10, a 6, and a 13. And one thing that is really good to do to save weight during packing is take your kites out of the bags and just pack the kite itself, and maybe take one large bag with you just so that you've got a bag to go to the beach with. But this saves a couple of kilos. So once you've managed to get all your toys into as few bags as possible, you load them into the car. Then all you gotta do is make it to the airport. Touchdown. So we got away with 115 kgs of luggage for £65 extra luggage charge.